type things we came up with. And as a comment, the current flood mapping project that Linear Engineering is doing for the county in Smithville and Leesburg, that's actually in here as one of the things that we would like to see the county do to map those A zones and turn them into studied AE zones, which are base flood elevations. So the good news is you're already going, by the time the thing goes into effect, you're already well underway to having one of the items checked off. And as we go through review again, that's the type of progress that FEMA and GEMA are looking for from the local, at the local level, that you actually following through on this plan. It's not just words on the paper. So that's really all I have. It's been a good process, and as it continues on, again, it just keeps the people talking from the various municipalities, so there's coordination going on, and that will help if, heaven forbid, there is something that happens in the county that will require some kind of emergency response. So take any questions you have, or anybody else.
We thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any comments in relationship to this plan?
I do, sir. Couple quick questions. One on the city of Leesburg on the impact.
Jeff, why don't you please come to the podium?
Okay. When it discusses the city of Leesburg on the impact areas, where it talks about how much each thing is going to cost, I was reading it today and I noticed that it only lists 3 schools in Leesburg. I don't know if they have some kind of weird way of tracking buildings that I wasn't aware of, which is entirely possible, and that's perfectly fine. I just didn't know. But I just found that curious because I know there's at least 6 school facilities in the city limits of Leesburg. The other thing that I wanted to tell you all about, he mentioned Code Red. It's projected to cost you all about $25,000. I can do that same thing for free. Code Red is basically, the public signs up for it, gives them their phone number, and when an emergency event happens, whatever it may be, there's some system that, hey, you put in a message, the system sends it out. With Twitter, with mobile messaging, you can do the exact same thing to anybody that has a text message capable phone. Basically what would happen with that, somebody signs up for Twitter, follows your account, puts y'all on mobile messaging. As soon as something like this happens, hey, tornado in Smithville, whatever, you put it all, you simply go to the Twitter website, type it in, 140 characters, it automatically goes out to them. Save you $25,000 if you wanted to go that way. It's something that I had recommended earlier to some other people in other situations, and they seem to at least think it's possible. So just wanted to mention that to you all as another option. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
I have a question to you.
Yes, sir.
I don't know anything about the system, but Code Red, somebody's going to be there at all times to send that signal out. Now, what you're talking about there, who's going to?
Anybody with access to the account, so I would assume Mr. Howell or any other county employee that would be in the EMA area anyway. I can, guys, y'all see me do this all the time. I'm sitting right over there. That's what I'm doing right then. Anybody that's following me, like say Tim was following me on Twitter, as soon as I typed it in, he would have it on his phone, sitting right there beside me.
I understand that. I mean, I'm all for saving money, but what if Mr. Howell was out of town that day and something?
It wouldn't have to necessarily be one person. It could be, like, say, anybody that works with the county and the EMA could have access to that account. It could be a public password or whatever within the department. And that way, anybody that was actually authorized to access that account could go in and do it literally, like I said, from their phone, laptop, desktop, anything. It's just another option that, like I said, I thought could maybe save y'all some money if y'all wanted to go that way.
Thank you, Jeff. Any other questions? Any other comments? Public meeting is now closed.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, under departmental reports, under the Public Works Department, there is a consideration to approve a bid for the Pinewood Road resurfacing project. As you may recall, the state, through stimulus funds is resurfacing a portion of Pinewood Road, and this additional resurfacing would finish the project. 2 bids were received, one from Oxford Construction Company in the amount of $109,934, and one from Reeves Construction Company in the amount of $109,971.30. Are there any questions regarding the next departmental report is the planning department. I'd like to call Mr. Alexander to provide his report.
This will be on page 124 through 127. And this has to do with the local maintenance and improvement grant program, which is called LMIG. And as of July 1st of this year, the department is taking new requests from local government, transportation needs. The state aid program and the local assistant road program, LARPS, has been replaced with the local maintenance and improvement grant program. So they've combined these 2 programs together. All the requests for the program need to be submitted between July 1st, 2010 and April 30th, 2010. And if we're going to have resurfacing projects, they need to be submitted by July 31st of this month. So we'll be bringing back a list at the next meeting. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we're committed to this list, but any roads that we would like to get resurfaced in the next year, we need to turn in so that they have time to go out and investigate each one of these roads. So we'll have a proposed list for you at the next meeting. And if there's any particular roads, I guess, that you have an interest in, then please let my office know, or Mr. Hours, and we'll certainly make sure that these are on this list. What they've done is they've combined, like I said, the grant aid program and the LARPS program into one. They're using a formula on it, which is based a third on the population and a third on the amount of road mileage, centerline road mileage that you have in the county. And with that, they've come up with how much funds will be allocated to each county. And the state aid office in Atlanta has already run the numbers on this, and they've allocated $290,000 to Lee County for this next year. Now, we can either go with resurfacing projects or new roads or bridges projects. Those are the basic areas that are included in this program. And like I said, we have until April 30th to really come up with the list of projects that we want to do this year. We can also roll over the funds for 2 more years if we wanted to. In other words, take $290,000 this year and $290,000 next year, and then in the 3rd year we'd have close to $900,000 that we can put on a project. So this program is flexible. It depends on how you all want to spend this money, but we do have $290,000 that we could spend this year, and you could do it all on resurfacing if that's the direction you want to go. But this program is replacing the state aid program and the LARPS program, and we will bring you back a list of resurfacing projects so that we can get that in the mill for by July 31st, and then we still have until April 30th of next year to determine what projects we actually want to do and develop a priority list. Is there any questions?
Just on the, and I'm not going backwards, I just want, we got $290,000,
Yes,
right? How long is this resurfacing project on Pinewood? It's not but about a mile, is it?
that's about 1.5 miles, and
We're talking about 4 miles of road for $290,000, right?
yeah, it was about, I figured it out, it's close to 75,000 a mile. So, but when we did the stimulus, I calculated that out, and when we did New York Road, those funds, it was about 90,000 miles, so.
I mean, the quicker, if you could email those roads, that'd be great, so we could be
Okay.
considering.
I'll get with Mike as soon as I can, and I think he's on vacation this week, but I'll get with him, and any input that you all have, I'll get it out to you.
Thank you, Bob.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, under constitutional officers of governmental boards and authorities, the first item is consideration to appoint one member to the Department of Family and Children's Services Board. This is a vacancy for a 5-year term, which would expire June 30th, 2015. There are letters of interest in your package from Patricia Remington, Shelley Kilpatrick, Carrie Davis, and Melissa Kennedy. The next item is consideration to approve the purchase of 4 vehicles for the Sheriff's Department. The board did allocate funding in this year's budget to purchase 4 vehicles out of SPLOST funds for the Sheriff's Office. And on page 130D is a memorandum from Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Parker regarding the bids. On June 29th, they sent out bids, and on July 9th, 2010, bids were opened. They received bids from 5 companies.
Sheriff Rachels, would you please come forward? Sheriff Rachels, knowing this is a work session, I'm asking you to speak because there may be a sense of urgency here that we're unaware of, and maybe we need to vote on this, these purchases tonight.
Right, I know it's just a consideration tonight, but I would like the urgency of the vote to go ahead and go through due to the fact they got the bids in, and all it's going to take is a phone call to go ahead and get these vehicles ordered. The quicker the better because of the delay of time of getting them delivered.
Is this more or less considered an emergency also, that you're short of vehicles?
Yes, sir. Every time we turn around, we're getting short on vehicles, yes, sir.
Yes. Mr. Howard, is it possible that we can make a motion to go ahead with the lowest bid and vote on this evening?
Yes, sir, if that's the will of the board.
What is the will of the board?
Make a motion to let him go ahead and purchase it. Have it in the budget.
It's in the splosh. It's on a splosh. Sheriff Rachels, have you made a decision on this Howdy Family Ford?
Yes, sir.
$119,326.26.
Correct.
They are the low bid.
They're the lowest bid out of the 5.
Okay.
Where are they from?
Dallas, Georgia. They'll deliver them down here to the company where they're going to put the lights and all the equipment on it, accessories, and then they'll deliver it right to our office.
They will deliver, Sheriff Rachels?
Yes, sir. We would
To
not
Lee
have to
County?
make, yes, sir. We will not have to make a trip to Dallas, Georgia.
I'll second his motion.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you, Sheriff Rachels.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chairman and Commissioners, under County Administrator's Matters, the first item was an item that was tabled at a previous meeting. I appreciate the opportunity to have time to look into this further. You'll notice on page 134A, there's a letter from Chad Pritchett with the Forestry Commission, and he's the district manager, regarding the action taken by the State Forestry Commission